Hello. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Okay. Um,
Hello.
are you now just saying
Hmm?
hello to yourself while listening to yourself on the other screen? Huh? It happened, no? Because you suddenly went and you did like 10 seconds later, like, hello. Hello. I'm going to talk to myself for
Wait,
10 seconds later. Oh,
one day. I need to put the audio off on this because I'm hearing two audios.
our two
Anyway,
viewers.
yeah.
Two viewers,
Two
and we're
viewers, you and I,
two
as
viewers.
usual,
Two viewers
star
are,
feature of the BBC podcast is that the Bhai Ben chat show is viewed only by the Bhai and the Behan
yeah, definitely, definitely. I think it's an important part of this show that at least we have
in
support
the world.
of us ourselves. Like if you don't have support, your own support, then whose will you have?
What's the point of anything?
True.
What's
Okay.
the point of
Uh,
anything?
if anyone besides the two of us are watching this, and if you can hear us properly, audio and everything is working properly, please comment in the chat. I have only shared it with like some three people, so if one of the three of us is actually watching this show, please comment in the chat and say if you can hear us. Sorry.
Yeah. And if you have by chance stumbled upon this link, by chance, out of nowhere, out of ether, you were looking for a BBC report on something and you stumbled upon our BBC, which is our Bhai Ben chat show. This is a chat show where Bhai, aka brother, and Behan, aka sister, chat and do our weekly catch ups online because why the fuck not?
This is true. Why? What are we waiting for? Like, what is the point? What are we?
Of almost every episode is all affirmations that have been told to you by self help books. Why not? What are we waiting for? Why not now?
If not now, then when?
If not when, then how?
Correct. This is. I'm
If
glad
not
that
how,
I'm
then where?
I'm glad that we've started with beautiful
With
self-help
existential questions.
self-help topics because it's a good place to start. How are you, Debbie?
Yes. I'm great, Gunda. I'm having a okay heat stroke
What does that mean?
continuously. Just means that other than the party, which was evening time, okay, in Goa, most of Goa was spent with a headache, with a background headache and nausea. And since I've come back, that headache hasn't gone. So I feel like it's just heat. It's just the heat and just, it's very hot. It's gotten very hot. Like it's very casually 38, 39 degrees. Everyone's like, yeah, it's 39 degrees. I'm like, that's not normal.
Yeah,
39 degrees is not normal for Bombay.
it shouldn't be 39 degrees for
Anyway,
sure.
yes, it shouldn't be. Not in fucking March.
How was your
Hey, birthday month,
happy
birthday
bir-
month.
happy birthday,
HBD,
Wednesday?
HBD,
Wednesday.
HBD, HBD. Happy birthday, bhai. HBD, happy birthday, bhai.
Yeah, that will be
HBD.
next week. By the way, we should do one next week around
Hmm.
my. If you don't know, because no one's watching, it's my birthday next week on March 12th. 1, 2, 3, yeah, yeah, yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 5 is not that.
Bye.
I feel no. I was
1, 2,
like
3, 2025. 1, 2,
one.
3 is a very cool birthday. I
I
never
mean,
thought of that.
yeah, that's it's what it made ever using my birth date as my pin number for any bank account very difficult because
Yeah, useless. Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
I
I
can't
see
do it. I
that
can't.
now. I see that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Who else?
anyway,
What is mom? Mom is 298. Then dad is 198, and I'm 278. No, dad is 199. That is the price of Netflix subscription on Indian mobile phone.
Are you serious? 199 is nothing, man, for Netflix. Here they charge $25 here, so it's like
Mobile,
it's
mobile, mobile
that
phone.
that's
Only
that
mobile phone.
that option is not available. That suvidha is not there.
Yeah,
Oh, we should give a
that's
warning
because
to our audience. Hello, audience. Wait, let me just check if we have any more viewers. We have no more viewers. Hello, audience. We are currently we will discuss things in English, Hindi, and sometimes we'll use Marathi words also, including because I might be yeah, any some other languages will come, but primarily it'll be English, but it'll be Indian English. Like if you're selecting in that grand drop down screen of things, it'll be like English, comma India, which includes words like which includes phrases like low-key heat stroke, which Debbie has had currently.
currently having,
Having.
currently having.
She's currently in the middle of a heat stroke. So we are live
Also
and we are
words like
reporting.
chalega,
Yeah, and we are
chalega and chalo.
yeah. I think without further ado, we should definitely not discuss what our topic of our clickbait title is till the end. So
Because marketing taught us that.
correct, true. Marketing did teach us this. Acha, so how was your trip, man? Like you were in Goa, no?
Good. It was good, yeah. It was a party, so we flew in on the day of the party. The party
Wait,
was great.
what is this
It was
party?
a, it was a, it was a friend's wedding party, and she did it the way I have been forever saying that, like I would like, that's how I would like a wedding to be done, which is tum court marriage karo with near and dear ones and witnesses, and then just do two big parties, one for family, one for friends, rather than put everyone through the ceremony of, because Indian weddings have too much ceremony. So she did it that way. They got married sometime last year in August or September or something, in court marriage in a very small ceremony. And then they did a big party for family, and then they did this Goa one was a big party for friends. Great. Lots of drink, lots of drugs, crazy stuff. It was a good party. Nice.
Nice.
And then after that, one day we just stayed to recuperate when I was just stroking throughout. Low-key heat stroking throughout the trip.
Which part of Goa?
There's a small part of town in Goa called Moira.
Hmm?
Don't know if you know Moide on the map. So it was there. It's quite a landlocked town. So any beach would be like an hour away, which is where I think also it was my discovery that I am very car sick. I haven't been in public transport in 3 years. Like ever since I got my own car, I drive everywhere. Everywhere.
So you
So
get
the
car sick
first
when
time,
someone
this
else
was
is
the first
driving.
time. Yeah, very, 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 very car sick when someone else is driving, which was a discovery for me. Like really car sick to the point where I was regretting not taking like a sickness med, like popping one Avomin type sitch. It was very nauseating. And now I don't know whether it was the car sickness or the heat stroke.
Yeah, who knows?
It could be
Also,
either. Who knows at
were
this
you
point? But
were you
yeah, it
getting
was
car
not.
sick every time though? Like that's the or was it?
Very nauseous, very. It was also very windy roads, and I would have been fine if it was always better if I sat in front. So that's what I started doing.
Hmm.
Ways to deal with car sickness: sit in the front so that you feel like you're driving.
Don't look at your phone for
Anyway,
one.
it has
Yeah.
now become, huh?
Don't look at your phone also ever. Like because that actually really leads to car sickness, I feel.
Yeah. Don't look at phone. Don't read anything. Keep having a mint in your mouth. And then everyone was like, "Oh, of course, you could have driven to Goa in one day." Then I was like, "Why didn't I then? Then why didn't I just drive there and be
Oh,
there
one minute. Y'all
with
flew.
my
You
car?"
flew there for what? I thought you flew there because with people, no? Like you were going.
Hmm. But I would
If
have driven, if I knew it was just going to take a day, I would have driven there.
I've done it. I've not told
I
you.
didn't know it
I've
was going to take.
my can I tell you my last Goa trip, which was significant for me because I remember I used to have this back problem when I was like 16, 17, whatever, because of some injury I had playing basketball when I was 18 or 19, and I could never drive continuously for a good amount of time. And I remember testing on my way. Every time I would go for Goa trips, I would really test how long you can drive or whatever, that kind of thing. And my last trip, I remember I did
Mhm.
I we were in South Goa when we left, so somewhere close to like Palalamaganda beach types areas. And
Right.
when we left, we my the first stop I took was at the that little rest stop in the middle of our uh, uh, ex- Mumbai Pune.
Oh,
So
wow.
I drove all the way, and then that's the first time I really needed, because also we needed fuel. So like that's a as in we needed fuel for a second.
How
Like
many
I'd
hours
already
did you do it in?
8.5, 9 total.
Hmm.
It's not
And
much.
so everyone's saying now because of Atal Setu, I don't know if you got a chance to travel by Atal Setu when you were down.
No,
But because of Atal, everyone is saying it's even faster now because you just hit Panvel really quickly because of Atal.
but then
Like
you
you
still have to
bypass all
to go
traffic.
to Sivri to take it, right? Like, is it actually
Yeah, but
useful?
for us, you get on the freeway, you go to freeway and get onto Atal very seamlessly.
Oh yeah,
Like you
really?
get out of Bombay very quickly. Yeah, very, very quickly. There's a sea. There was for a long time. You remember there was one patch of freeway on the way to town where there would always be like slow down and it would suddenly get a little bit narrow because there was
Yeah,
construction happening.
yeah.
That construction is no longer there. Now there is a flyover that takes you to Atal over there. So yeah, so that is a great feeling to not have to slow down there.
Very nice.
But yeah.
I should tell you that.
And the coastal road has gotten maha confusing. Like the other day, I was going for my Korean visa, and oh my god, in the party, you know who I met? I
What
met
is? Can
Bodo
you,
after like a decade.
before you get there? Can you tell me what is Coastal Road? How is Coastal Road different from Atal Setu?
Atal Setu is they're all connected. The freeway, coastal road, and Atal Setu. Atal Setu takes you to Panvel and joins at and has two join
I need to
points.
look at
From Atal
maps.
Setu, you can. Yeah. So basically, Atal Setu takes you to Panvel and has two exits. When you're coming from Panvel, it has two exits. One, you join onto the freeway and go towards Chembur at around Sivri point. Not Sivri actually, way beyond Sivri. And the other point is you join directly to Coastal Road, which is the road that takes you from Bandra to Marine Drive in 12 minutes.
Let us zoom into. I'm trying to see what you're talking about. So Atal Setu I found.
Hmm.
Where's the coastal? Where is
Hmm.
the coastal road you're saying? You're saying
So see, the coastal road will be on the road that you join when the where the freeway joins in Worli,
where the freeway
that
joins
main
in
road.
Worli? You mean Sea Link?
Sorry, where the Sea Link joins in Worli.
Oh, yeah, that's the coastal road. Right. So that's the one that goes past the sea face that was covered. The sea face was covered for, and then now they've opened that. And then does that go all the way to, where does it go all the way to?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, you come out somewhere near uh, the entry point is that Pedder Road Wala junction. And then where do you come out? I don't know where you come out. I've only taken it once or twice, the
You come out
coastal
at
road.
Marine
But that
Drive,
has
or
an underground tunnel.
is that just not, or is that not true? Is it just like something that I'm seeing on? It comes out at Marine
No,
Drive?
no, you come out at Marine Drive. Yeah. It's Bandra to Marine Drive in 12 minutes.
Oh, nice,
That's the
nice. Oh,
claim.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, that was also something that they wanted to do for a while, so I can guess that
Yeah,
they've done it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I know it's gotten a little bit confusing because the other day when I had to go for my Korean visa, I had to get off at the Worli. Like basically from here, I took the BKC connector, got onto Bandra, got onto Sea Link, and I had to get off at Worli. But somehow I completely missed the Worli exit and
Yeah,
got off at the Pedder Road exit because I didn't realize that now it's the same road that just carries on till Marine Drive. So I had to get off at Pedder Road and turn back around and come
yeah,
because I overshot.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I
It's
have to
nice
get a
though.
little bit more familiar. It is nice. It is nice. I
This was
mean,
supposed to
you know, all
come.
those. In, yeah. In fact, it was supposed to come in 2022, 2024, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a little late, but it's come.
It's wait,
The
wasn't
the
it open last
other
year?
the
You seen, or it's open now, or just recently open?
I feel like when you came, it wasn't open. It's open recently. I
Yeah,
think it
so
opened end of last year.
that makes sense because I also think 2024 is fine considering we are living in a place where we've got things that have been that have been going for like 15 years now at this point in time. This that Eglinton
It's
wala subway.
true. It's true.
Anyway, so I now know what the Atal the difference
Yeah.
is, and I can see
Yeah.
where you can join
So
also
everyone's
because
yeah, yeah, yeah. So from the freeway also, can you see where you can join?
from the freeway I can see where we join. Yeah,
Apna freeway.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a direct like a
So they
basically
said
you don't even have to get off the freeway. There's an automatic turn onto it. So that's
no, 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 no. There's a direct exit. There's a basically a ramp off it. You just ramp off it and onto Atal very, very seamlessly.
this is near that mangrove park. I know this
Like, you
place.
know, it's very cool, but there are certain points in Bombay where you remember how at one point all AI generated images of Bombay would show flower, play flower, play flower.
Yeah, and now
Like
it's
there's a
turning into
point now, there's a point where it actually is there. Like when you're traveling, you're like, oh, ye to ho gaya.
yeah.
ये
I'm
तो अपने
glad.
lifetime में हो गया.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm
Like
really glad.
you didn't feel like it's going to happen in your lifetime, but it did. But yeah, so it feels cool for about like 7 seconds when you're passing under it, and then
But
the
then
heat
they'll
comes
build,
back.
then they'll
I'm sorry.
dig something else, and then be like, oh, now
Yeah,
15 years from now, not
yeah,
50.
dude. Dude. Yeah, man. Right now, I mean, I haven't gotten out for a bit since I've come back from Goa. But before I went to Goa, every road leading to Aura, every road leading to Aura was dug up.
Yeah, I can
Every
imagine.
single, and there are many ways to get to Aura. Okay, the Jhama road was dug up, the Amar Theatre road was dug up, Poolside say was dug up. I'm like, how do I come here? The Shankar, the Temple road was dug up. Janardar Patil. Oh, it was too much. It's just too much. It was like I was like, where do I come from where I can avoid digging? Just everything is dug. It's mental. Yeah. Anyway. But at the party, I met Bodo, dude.
After such a long
You
time, yeah.
remember
Wow.
Bodo?
Of course I remember.
After decades. And she's done this really cool thing called The Gathering. You should look it up. The Gathering India, which is basically she's created an IP called The Gathering,
Yeah.
which she put 9 chefs, asked 9 chefs to create their own tasting menus, paired the 9 chefs with 9 artists, and in like a food festival in 3 days for 3 days in Delhi, she did 9 pop-up restaurants with like 9 tasting like food and art combos. Beautiful shit. You should look it up. It's so cool.
Very cool. What is it?
And she was saying
Is it
while she
like
was
a
doing it,
website or is it like
the
a
gathering. I don't know if it's a website, but I've seen the Insta page.
hmm, I'll
I mean,
watch.
I think she's going to land up selling it for like $1 million or something. That IP.
I hope she
That
does.
it's just it. Yeah, and then she's moved to Goa. I didn't know that she's moved to Goa.
I know. I mean, the last time I
Lives in
thought about
Goa.
Bodo was when we bumped into Bumpy, which is not a good thing to say, but like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
because yeah, I was
yeah, yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about like how where Bodo might be because I know that I realized that they split, right? Like so, since then I'm not aware of what has happened to them because I'm also not aware of what's happening
Yeah,
to Bumps. So
yeah,
that's there.
yeah.
But like, nice man, she's very nice. I
What
really
have
like
you
Bumpy.
been up to?
We
Even
have
I really like.
we have
I
booked a
think
trip to
fabulous.
Mexico.
Very cool.
I'm going
Very,
on.
very cool.
We are leaving next Saturday. Um,
Huh.
in fact, we bid all the booking went down like last Saturday, like randomly. We've been wanting to do it because Maggie's got taken some time off from she's got like basically March 15th to 22nd kind of like that week off. So we took one Friday to Friday. We got a pretty decent flight and we finished everything off. Like booking all the places, Airbnbs, hotels, and stuff like that. We're going to this place called
Hmm.
Puerto Vallarta,
Okay.
Puerto Vallarta, which is Puerto Vallarta. That's the how it, I don't know how to say it.
What does Vallarta mean? Puerto is a door. What does Vallarta mean?
Puerto is a door.
Puerta is a door. Do you know that I've learned Spanish now? I speak Spanish very fluently. I don't know if
Puerta
I've told you
from
this.
thanks to th-
Duolingo.
thanks to Duolingo. How would you ask for a taco in a restaurant?
Puedo traer un taco.
That's the in fact the
Can
number
you
one
bring me
thing
a taco?
when I hear is like puedo tener. Don't ever say that. Like that's what you say.
This is don't say puedo traer.
Don't
Why?
ever say puedo tener. Like don't say ever that
Puedo
because it's
tener nahi, traer.
yeah.
Puedo tener is I have.
No, something like
Can
that.
you
Listen,
have? Yeah,
so I
puedo
was
traer.
I was doing me da dos tacos al pastor, por favor, con todo, con todo. I have
Eh?
to get my I have to get
Todo.
my I have to get my vowels right because it's
Yeah,
like it's the same as English, no, but it's
yeah,
like it's not A-E-I-O-U, it's A-E-I-O-U. So and
yeah,
O so it's like it's one of
yeah.
those.
And double L's are J.
Yeah, so
J.
Vallarta.
Yeah,
So
Vallarta.
Puerto
Yeah,
Vallarta.
Vallarta.
That's the
Yeah, Vallarta.
PV
And
anyway.
also, like the other one I like is the one that really threw me off is refrigerator is
Refrigerator.
refrigerador.
Yeah, because G there is H is silent and G is
Yeah,
kind of also silent, right?
refrigerador.
Okay, so
And yeah,
I'm going to show you where we are going because it's first we will take a look at the map. Debbie. Come, let's look at the map. Where is this? Have I switched this?
maps,
Let's switch cameras. Right. Welcome to maps. This is a
maps.
map of
Welcome to
USA.
maps.
This is a map of North America. North America. This is North America, as you
Are
can see.
you sharing? Oh, okay. Now I'm going to have to look at and now I'm looking at the live. Okay.
Okay, you can look at the live. Okay, no problem. Please continue looking at the live. I don't know if it's changing in time. I have, we are going on the Pacific side, so I will be on the Pacific Ocean.
Where had you gone last time?
I had gone last time this side here,
Are,
Cancun.
are you using your cursor?
Oh wait, do I have to put my cursor on? Do I have to put I'll put my cursor on. 1 second. Share screen, window
Because you're
capture.
saying this side, that side, but I don't know what you mean.
How do I show my Google Chrome? Show Windows shadow. Oh, I can't see my screen. Where's my screen? So weird. I guess I can't show you my screen. I guess. Maybe I'll show it from the stream. Or let me just zoom in. So let me just use zoom as a thing. So this is Mexico first, which is the big
Ah,
country, and then
right,
this is the place that I was
right.
visiting, which I visited last time, which is then at Cancun, Tulum area, which is the first time I went into. This is on the right side, on the west side,
Right.
sorry,
Got
east
it.
side
Got it.
of. So that's where
Got it.
Cancun is. Now this is like a the center the part of Mexico. This is like all inclusive central, all inclusives, and I don't know if you know or you know what all inclusive resorts are, right? Like in terms of like everything, like essentially that's how people function here when they go for these resort based tours. Which is let me switch back to our two player because we have to because like essentially you pay like a deal like assume you pay $2,000 or so to go to a resort and then everything is covered like you're not paying for food, you're not paying for alcohol, you're not paying for anything within that thing, everything is covered. Now
Interesting.
the as much as awesome as that sounds is basically what
Hmm.
people do is they just take their kids or they take their you can go to an adults only place which is what we visited last time as well, which is just like no children in that kind of resort.
Okay.
But within the resort you have like a bunch of swimming pools, you have a bunch of things to do, they'll keep doing it, they'll keep like
So it's
organizing.
designed to keep you in the resort continuously.
Yeah, so there are all these locations in and around the Caribbean, and I'm talking about Mexico, Cancun specifically. Like Cancun and that whole area around it is just like it's like restaurant, like hotel central, not restaurant, like resort central, like that kind of a resort. There's also Dominican Republic where Punta Cana and all these places, same kind of thing. Like it's basically a resort. People literally take with them like a um, like a reusable mug that they'll keep filling with like margarita after margarita after margarita, because like
Wow.
you can the and I was trying to think, I'm like, why would this, how does this work here so well, like how does this work, like, and this is so many places which are there, and it's great like for people who want to go. And I was imagining, I think I was speaking to Anna yeah, about him going with his family and kid ke saath. It's perfect, like going with a child and getting them set up. But the way when we went last time, it was after 2 days I was bored. Like, as much as
Mm.
I was in one resort, and this
I would
one resort,
assume this is like a White Lotus model, right? Like the show
100%.
is where
Yeah, yeah,
everyone just
100%.
stays.
White
Yeah,
Lotus
yeah,
not as
yeah,
premium,
yeah,
because White
yeah.
Lotus was very like in an island as well. Like, it's physically impossible in some cases to get out of it. But the Italian one was
Right,
a
right.
decent. I still haven't seen third season three. It's
Yeah,
not. I'm not going to. I don't think I'm going to watch it. But
yeah.
but season one was like a resort, like an island in the middle of nowhere. Season two was in Italy, so people were getting out, and that's how you had that whole thing. But this is that kind of a setup. And within 2 days,
Yeah.
or I think 2 days, we were in the resort. We even went, because the resort is not like one; it's like six resorts connected to each other. They have like golf carts taking you all over the place and stuff like that, which you can get onto. Um,
Right.
and they have like multiple resorts all over, like multiple restaurants that you can experience, and you have to register for to go to like and go and have dinners there and stuff. I remember we did that. My main issue with it, and this is the problem with a lot of all inclusives, and I would say 80 to 90% of all the all inclusives that exist, is besides existing or sitting around a swimming pool or sunbathing, there is no major activity to perform. Like, they have a private
Mm,
beaches. There's no major activity to perform besides the things that they will organize, which will be like, oh, come for yoga at 11 o'clock, or like whatever, like, stuff like that. Second, and this is
got it.
this is the most important aspect of it that I did not understand or predict, or I hadn't prepped for, because also when I last visited was it was the first time I was going. So the fact that the food you're getting is just like American food. So you're in Mexico, and people are
Oh,
giving
that
you
sucks, dude.
shitty pizza,
Oh,
shitty fries,
oh,
like just like boring
oh,
food.
that
Like, after
really sucks.
I want,
Yeah, I
and
get that.
like I remember Maggie was saying last time, and this is like also like this was our first trip. Like, it was a Feb. Like, we started dating in November of 2022, and this is 2023 Feb when I remember visiting the first time. So it was like, for me, it was a new place. All of it
Mm-hmm.
was cool. But my God, like, all she also wanted was just pico and guac in every meal, and I'm like, yes, I want guac. I want guac in every meal, and I want
Yeah, yeah.
tacos
Why
for breakfast,
wouldn't
lunch, and
you?
dinner. If I'm
Yeah,
not having tacos, I'm having
yeah.
tamales. If I'm not having tamales, I'm having
Why
tortilla.
wouldn't you?
I'm having,
Yeah,
it's just
imagine, no, so sad. Imagine chicken going to Mexico and then eating chicken pizza and
by
burger and
yeah. So
whatever the shit.
I think by day three,
That's
we had
really
already got a
sad.
Vespa. By day four, we had already started just going places, going to different cities. Because also, these resorts are in the middle of
Yeah.
nowhere. Like, they'll take a separate place where they'll take a humongous, like, essentially one side of a
Mm.
golf
So
course, and like
you're not very connected to like the city or
20
anything.
kilometers
Oh,
this way,
that's
20 kilometers that way, nothing, like nothing. So it's like
that sucks.
it
So
was
then
kind.
what are you doing differently this time? This time I'm guessing you're doing Airbnbs and
So
not
first,
hotels.
first things first, we are going to Puerto Vallarta, which is, now let us move back into this share screen. Where's my share screen? Where's my share screen? Oh, Maggie has been typing. Please look at chat. Uh, please look at chat. Maggie has asked, how do I say it? Does this taco have gluten?
So sad, dude. So sad that you couldn't get a taco in Mexico. That's just
No, no,
sad,
we did. So
Maggie.
this is what we did last time. We found a guy on through WhatsApp to come. Like, we went through the city. We got our own Vespa, and then we traveled places, and then we just started having street tacos. And the minute we had street tacos, we were like, the minute we have street tacos, we were in a different place altogether. It's like, this is some different level of tacos. So
I can't even. It's so
It was
mental.
great. It was really good. It was
It is
so nice.
mental to me that you would go to Mexico and not be able to have.
But the
Like,
thing,
I would imagine if I was there, I would be eating nacho and guac all the
and
time because it's
the
my. That's
the
what you
fact
want, right?
the fact that you're not, that the fact that all the all inclusives are doing this, like it's not just one. It's not like literally trying to look for all inclusive
So
with
what is
the
that? So their target is people who are ignorant, is it? Or their
Americans.
target is people who come with families and don't want to move?
Americans.
Americans.
That's their target. I'm not kidding when I say. I'm not kidding. There was a
But I would
man.
imagine even Americans would go there wanting to eat taco. Like that's a very basic need. Okay, that's me without any research or anything being like, I will go to Mexico and eat tacos
like
and guac,
most people
nachos and guac.
like most people in India, people in America have never
Mm,
set foot outside this continent. Never
mm,
set foot outside. For them, their exciting
mm,
trip
mm,
is oh, Mexico's a really unsafe place. But if I go to an all-inclusive where I'm going from hotel to resort and then back to sorry, where I'm going from airport to resort and then back to airport and then coming back home, I don't see anything. So like that's kind of people, so many people, like there's, I would say 80% of people do that. Have you not heard, like, cruises and stuff like that? People who are these people who go on to cruises and go for like 15-20 days or like
I
months?
genuinely think people who go on cruises are deranged. Why would you want to take a holiday in a metal can floating in the middle of the ocean where you have zero escape? That to me sounds, you have to, there is people who take cruises, I think there's something off about them. I
I'm
genuinely think that. I don't think normal people take. You don't, a normal healthy mind will not decide that a cruise is a good holiday. I'm sorry.
Maggie
Not
did
unless it's
comment.
one of those
Maggie
cruises where at
did
least
just comment, please, on her new comments was, Aniket isn't totally correct. I've been to a resort on the Pacific side and it had tacos every day. I mean, there are existing, but I would say 80 to 90% of those resorts are just American types all inclusive. Like the
okay,
few that do have it are
okay.
like you have to literally look. Like if I had to Google, like I had to go on like Reddit searches and say best all inclusive with Mexican food, or like that kind of a thing. But like Cancun
Mm.
is like essentially like it's
No,
like
but you know what? Now that I think about it, I would imagine if our parents were Americans, they would do this sort of a thing.
hundred
They would
percent,
be very comfortable doing this
100%.
sort of a thing.
It's also
You
great
know,
for
because
kids,
they would go
great
to
for
like a
families and
Thailand and
kids.
look for an Indian restaurant. Yeah, it's great for kids, but also there are some people who just they want to travel but within their comfort zone. So they want the food to be familiar food. They want everything to be within arm's reach, so you
Yeah,
don't have to actually think about where. It's a different kind of travel, right? There are people who would prefer that where everything is taken care of and everything is happening in one area, and it's mom and dad would go to Thailand and look for Indian restaurant there.
yeah,
So if
yeah, hundred
someone
percent.
told them that we are taking you to resort where you will get your kind of cuisine, where everything will be taken care of, you'll be picked up from the airport, put in the resort, you have so many activities in the resort. I'm sure they will totally be
I
like, yes, yes, this is
I
ideal.
don't
This is dream holiday, dream.
even when we were younger. Think of all the trips that we did to those like remember going to Mathiran to that the bike resort, which was essentially just like
Yeah, 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 yeah,
same idea.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
all the
And
meals we did
bright
inside,
lanes in Mahabaleshwar.
all of it.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Span
yeah,
Hill
yeah,
Resort,
yeah, yeah.
remember Span Hill
All
Resort?
those, all those Fan Hill. Oh, I'd forgotten Fan Hill. Which was the Duplay one? Do you remember the Duplay one? Which was the Duplay one?
Which is the one we
You
did.
remember one that had a bed on the top? That was Mahabaleshwar. I just can't remember the name of the resort.
Or
You
was
remember what I'm
it
talking about,
Goa?
right?
Was it that Hotel Nanu Resort in Goa? I remember there was a Nanu Resort.
But these were all that Sterling. Remember they had gotten into that time. What is it called? Uh, what's it called? Timeshare? What is
Yeah,
it called?
yeah. And these are also
Timeshare?
like all these timeshares. These are also like what Cancun is selling. Cancun is basically America, like whatever. But Maggie was like it's America,
Yeah.
like it's that level of.
So this time you are going to Puerto Vallarta, which is
Puerto Vallarta is on the Puerto Vallarta is on the western side. It's on the Pacific side. It's also a town which, as much as they do have all inclusives, we are not doing that. We are staying in the city, which is it's a very nice, it's a very gay friendly city from what I've heard. because there's lots of like drag shows. There's
Nice.
lots of like stuff happening on like
Yeah.
there. All
Nice.
we are
Can
living
I
in an.
just say,
Hmm.
in every place, if you go to the gay friendly part of the city, you are in the best part of this, like the funnest part of the city. This has, I have observed this across countries, across, I mean, even like if I know I'm going to a party where there are going to be more people from the community, I know I'm going to have fun, more fun than if I'm just like with heteros, straight fucking heteros, all
If there's
stuck
one
up.
thing, yeah,
Anyway.
no, if there's one thing I've learned from gay people or like and all over the planet is that straight people don't know how to party as well. It's like they really don't.
Seriously,
Like
dude.
they just don't. Like
Seriously, dude. No
and
joke. And they're so anyway, yeah. So yeah, so you're going to a place that's supposed to be gay central.
very this thing. It's called. It's literally
It's like the what is the name of the street in
the part of
Toronto?
the
What is the
past
name of the street in Toronto
Church and
that
Wellesley,
Ankur and Bill took me to?
Church Street.
The name of the street in Toronto? Church Street.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
it's like
Which
so
is super
the
fun.
part
Anyway,
of
sorry, continue.
where the we are visiting is called Zona Romantica. Zona
It's
Romantica.
called?
Zona Romantica.
Oh,
Which is basically the neighborhood of that region of that it's the neighborhood. Anyway, I'm going to show you
yeah.
where we are going. So like, okay, now if you look at our map, our wonderful map, are we back on our have we switched? No, have we switched? No, we have not
No, not
switched.
yet.
Not yet, not yet. Now we've switched.
Not
Okay.
yet.
10, 9, 8. Okay, wait. Sorry. Move my camera. I'm moving too much. Okay, now we probably are.
Yeah, now we're
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm gonna zoom. Where mouse? Zooming out. So this is in the Gulf of Mexico, also known as the Gulf of America, also known as like the Cancun is in the Gulf of Mexico, also known as Gulf of America, also known as Gulf of Aniket, because I have decided to name it.
I think it's great. I think everyone should just name everything whatever they want to name it, because
Look,
this is the new precedent being set by that precedent.
it's just amazing, man. What a weird old man. Anyway, so this is the site that we are going. Can you see it now? Can you see I'm zooming in, zoom.
No, now you're just moving. I can't see. Oh, you're going to this side.
Yeah.
Puerto
Let's go zoom
Vallarta.
out, zoom
Is it
in.
is it geologically? No, that's not the right word. Is
Nice
it like,
words.
is it a different, it's a nice word,
Nice words,
but
Debbie.
that's not what I meant. Like I just meant to say, like, do you know what I mean? I actually mean geologically.
Top word.
I'm trying to find a dumber word. This is like the opposite of what usually happens.
Do you mean
Topographically,
geographically?
topogra-
Demographically?
I mean, topographically is actually what I mean. Like,
Topographically?
is it a different? Yeah, is it different?
Honestly, I don't know. I know it's a beach town at the end of the day. Like
Okay.
I also know that the because
As
I've
was
seen.
Cancun, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but like Atlantic Ocean is very different from Pacific, from what I've heard. Like Pacific is a very it's a very different side of it, and also you get great sunsets because it's much better than getting great sunrises. Like we on this side of the world, like on the eastern side of who facing the east, usually get better sunrises than we do get sunsets, and you get phenomenal sunsets in on the facing the Pacific, which I'm excited to watch. And then we've got like so many things that we can do in that place. This is the
I've had enough sunsets for a lifetime. I would like some sunrises. I have not seen only sunrise. I've only seen sunsets. है ना?
what do you
You
mean?
understand? Living in Bombay, you have only seen sunsets.
It's true. It's true. Bombay gets much better looking sunsets because we face west, right? Like that's the thing. So
It's a very cool sunset city. Even Goa, मतलब Goa, I saw such pretty sunsets.
yeah, and like until we go to, I mean, till you go to the east side, like if you're going to like Puri and all, that's the time when you'll visit. Like a good beach town on the east side of India, like is only in Odisha. That's that I know of. Besides, I don't know.
You've
Odisha,
been,
never,
you've been over?
never,
You've been
never,
to Odisha?
never been to Odisha. Never
I've
been
not
to.
been to anything on the east, yaar.
I've been
Other
to
than
lots on
going
the
for
east.
Bodo's wedding to Assam. Huh?
I'll tell you which part of the east got me interested in it. Tamil Nadu, because Tamil Nadu is
That was
has
unexpected.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll show you. Let's go back. Let's go to India. Come, let's go and travel to India. Let's go. Have we switched? Yes, we have. So Tamil Nadu. Um, these places are all. We can see where's Tamil. Chennai is the first place I had seen on the eastern coast. And I remember this was one of my long trips which I had done with Sankalp when I was in college. And that's when I realized that the waters works differently there. So like, um, I remember when I did Chennai, Pondicherry, all these places. It's very different from, in some way, it's different from Bombay or like from the western side of India. I don't know. It has more waves for some reason, and maybe it had to do with the Bay of Bengal or whatever kind of thing. But it was there, and that was my initiation to it. And then afterwards, I remember going to the close to the water when we were in the east near Calcutta and stuff, because I remember we had traveled to Calcutta and then we had gone down to this whole the area in that Sundarbans and all that area just because we had to shoot something or we had to just get some B-roll or whatever. And then my awareness of that area
Huh.
became a lot more. I miss Calcutta, dude. Like I really
My
wish.
no, I've been to Chennai, I've been to Pondicherry, I've been to the beach on Pondicherry, I've been to Calcutta, and I've been to Assam. I mean, I've been to Guwahati in Assam. But like none of them I've spent enough. All of these have been very quick in out stopover. Pondicherry was literally one like we went in the morning, came back at night, drove to and from Bangalore. So I've not spent like a considerable amount of time anywhere in the east, which I feel is very lacking. Like someone I know just went to Darjeeling. Anna has messaged you went to Mathiran for summer vacation. All my summer vacation was in Palakkad. Our two viewers are constantly commenting.
Good,
Thank
good.
you, Maggie and Anna.
Thanks,
We
Anna.
appreciate you. Yeah, we appreciate you.
Yeah, I
You are the
remember
reason we keep doing this.
we did Matharan a few times. We did Mahabaleshwar a few times. We did
We did Mathiran a few times. We did Khandala Lonavala many times. We did Mahabaleshwar. We did what else did we?
the ones I remember
That's
doing
it.
alone. Like when I say alone, I mean just our family.
Goa.
Just our family was Goa and one was Mathiran, because otherwise we would always go to with like Mahabaleshwar. We used to always go
No,
with some
Mahabaleshwar
friends.
also we've done alone.
Yeah,
No, Mahabaleshwar
I
also
forgot.
we've done.
I forgot.
Yeah, Mahabaleshwar we've done alone. Khandala Lonavala we've done alone. Goa we've done alone. Uh, Goa, too, I remember like one of them we have no when we had just like there is a point where we started documenting a lot of trips where dad got excited about a camera. So Goa, we have a lot of pictures
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
four of
The only
us.
camera I remember Appa had was the one he refused to let me use, which is why now I'm using a Fujifilm to record this. Because I put
Almost all your material gains in your adulthood have been some sort of a tadap from your childhood,
it's
some
true.
want from your
Car,
childhood.
this, all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, at some
Car,
level, camera.
camera, travel abroad, London, London layover.
Still never visited London. I've gotten out, but never visited London. Nice.
London layover was such a random
Yeah, man.
anyway. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. So very
this
cool.
is
This Mexico trip is sounding much better. How long are you there for?
1 week. Friday. Sorry, we leave on a Saturday. We're back on a Saturday. Yeah, 1 week exactly. I think we're back on a
Oh,
Saturday.
nice. Very cool. Very, very cool.
It's
That
very
is
exciting.
super.
We're doing 4 nights or like 3 nights
Yeah.
at a Airbnb, or 4 nights, and then we're going to a hotel on the other side, which is like one very cool hotel. It's
When
called
you say other side, meaning you're traversing Mexico and going to the other side, or no, there only.
walk
Other side
walking
of Puerto Vallarta.
walking distance from the other. I'm
Oh,
probably I just didn't want to stay in the same place for all the whole week,
okay.
so we said we'll move around a little bit because it's not
But this is not what did you call it? What is it called? All inclusive? What did
yeah,
you call it?
it's not
What's
an
the
all
term?
inclusive. No, we're all on
Okay.
ourselves. In
Yeah.
fact, what we've done is I should look at the calendar. Maggie's booked us some like nice like a tacos after dark store on first day to go and visit all the
Ooh, what a
all the hole in the
fun!
wall kind of places. We are going for whale watching.
Oh,
We're going for like proper whale watching kind of a thing, which I don't know if we've booked yet. There's another thing that I want to show you, which there's this thing called I mean, it's not very hidden, but it's called the Hidden Beach that we might be visiting as well.
called the Hidden Beach.
I mean, it's called the Hidden Beach. because it's one of those. You went to Mathur?
Okay, I want
Good.
to see now if I switch off my cam light if there's still enough. Oh, look at this moody ass lighting that has come
Yeah,
from daylight.
I'm responding to.
Moody.
Oh wow, very nice. Yeah, 1 minute. Let's just go into you full solo. Please dance in your bathe in
Moody.
your sunlight. Come.
Moody. I like it. What are you trying to look for? Are you trying to look for the hidden beach that is not so hidden? If it's on a fucking map.
I mean, yes, yes. You are. This is very true. I am definitely looking for it. I'm looking for my. This is the picture that you can get that people go for. I'm just going to.
Just letting you know that we have hit an hour, yeah? I think.
No, 52 minutes on this on the stream, and of which I think the
Yes.
first 5 minutes was
Very
us.
different from 1 hour.
Of
Huh?
which the first 10-15 minutes was just us trying to figure it, like get you have to go all that, like 5 minutes at least we spent doing
Getting
nonsense.
our, yeah.
Anyway, so we'll finish in like in like now I'll finish after this. This is the island. I want to show you the thing. How do I zoom in? Zoom.
Zoom, 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 baby. Ooh! That
Where
looks very cool, dude.
can you see it?
Oh, this feels like one of those screensavers I've seen on my screen on my TV.
Yeah, dude. So
Oh, it's stunning.
it's like a
Wait,
small.
I'm very confused. That hole seems to be above water, sometimes above land, sometimes what's happening?
It's half above land and half above water. I've just settled on. It's basically a beach under a hole. Like it's a rock. That's from the top. You can see it's like it's a rock. It's called Marietta's Island, and
Marietta.
Marietta's Island.
I'm sure there's a story there.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure we'll
I'm
hear it
sure
as
there's
well
a
because
story there.
it's a full it's a very like only 116 people are allowed every day. So obviously there's each and every tour operator is offering it and saying, oh, first come first serve, but we will take you in the morning at 9 o'clock. No, we don't know if you will get there. There's a certain amount of snorkeling involved where you have to go under a really low cave. So if you can't swim well and if you don't know how to do it, then you probably shouldn't. Or if you're claustrophobic, it's a little hard to do because you're going to have rocks right above you. So you have to like you have to go.
Oh,
And I have no idea.
oh,
I
you're
have no
not
idea how.
even joking. That is giving, like, literally making my heart like that.
Debbie,
Oh,
I am not kidding when I say this because I know now that you've started swimming again. It's just once the more you swim, no, the more confident you get. Like, and I know that when we did that whole thing when we went to
no,
Mexico
but the
last.
idea of being in water, under rock, where I can't come, but like even now, I can't go unless my feet are touching the
Yeah, no, I
base.
get it. It's all about like, but if you spend the whole day, in the water, like then you'll do lots of things. Like it's confident. Like you're scared of things that you don't like. I completely understand this. Like it's till you first experience it, you won't see it, or till you have like a small like you are able to try and go and do it. It's not much because the main thing you do, or the only thing that can ruin your ability to swim under such things is you losing your calm. Like the
True.
most important thing about like breathing and holding on to your breath and stuff like that is all about being very calm and in one nice
Yeah.
like being
Sorry, have I
underwater.
fucked up our framing? Have
No,
I
man,
fucked up your framing completely?
not really.
No,
As long as
right?
you
If I
as
keep
long
myself in the center, I'm good, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You're still quite okay right now in the frame. Anyway, so that's the thing with the trip. I'm excited. It's going to be
It's
after.
sounding very exciting.
Yeah, I'm also
This
really
trip is
excited.
sounding way better than your earlier trip
Then Mexico the first time, yeah,
already.
for sure, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Although from Mexico the first time, I still have those. I don't know why I have downloaded those pictures because I keep showing it to people like one proud mother. I don't know why. But those pictures of you and Maggie under the water and all
Yeah,
those poses.
yeah,
Oh, that was stunning. I'm
yeah.
assuming you'll be doing a lot more of that.
I hope we can find places like that because the cenotes and all are on that side, and those are like underwater caves, and that is proper the kind that you will get scared. Like that is proper, not like. But the thing is, they also do it well with you. Like they also like. I remember when they brought us on that tour, The first cenote we got into was like this one, which was just like barely much.
What is the word you're using? Citadel.
Cenote, cenote, C-E-N,
Cenote.
C-E-N-O-T-E, cenote,
Cenote.
cenote.
Okay. Do they
So
have like a training program for cenotes? Like, do
yeah,
they
so
make
so
you?
even when we went for that one, right? Like the first cenote we went to, just to get an idea of who is confident underwater, who isn't, because like they don't ever tell you to go to the place. They'll say, oh, if you can go all the way under here, then you will reach on this side, and then you'll be able to come, whatever. Like that's how you do it. But the way they would always tell us is, oh, if you can just swim underwater, go touch that and come back. Don't put your head up. Don't put your head up for this much amount of area. If you can just go under this rock and go and come back, then you prove to us you prove to them as well that you can do it, right? Like so that way, it's
But you're
it's
holding your breath the whole time, or they've given you oxygen or a
holding a breath
snorkel
the whole
or
time. Holding a
something.
breath the whole time. It's not. It's surprisingly not as hard as you like. It's also a little
Yeah.
different. What are you having? What is this? Wait, I need to see solo shot of you. Yeah, what is this?
This in Goa, we went to this place called Seven Short One Long, or Seven Long One Short. I can't remember either or. Which we were eating, and then we asked for some pickle, and they gave us tendli pickle, dude. Tendli. Look at
Wow.
it. It's tendli. And it is the yummiest, like tendli.
Wow.
And it is the yummiest, so different. It's such an interesting place. The place was started by um, this lesbian couple, and one of the women was a shippy, and Seven Short One Long or Seven Long One Short is the Morse code for abandoned ship.
That sounds so interesting.
So
I didn't know that.
yeah, so she kind of abandoned ship. She stopped being a shippy and then started this place. Beautiful. Hey, you know how to cook chorizo or what? I fucking have this chorizo forever, dude. I don't know what I'm doing with it. I just have it. I
What do
don't
you
know
mean?
what to do with it.
What do you mean cook chorizo? Like what? In what form it is? It is
There's a
it?
way to. Huh?
No, is it like you can have chorizo sausages? You can have chorizo slices. You can have like it
This
can
is
just
the
be.
oil of throw and pork sausage.
Oh, very nice. Goa sausages, not
Do
actually
you
Goa
remember?
sausages. Goa sausages are good.
Remember what that tastes like? So
Yeah.
yum.
Goa sausage is very vinegary chorizo. That's the thing I would like.
I
Goan chorizo.
love.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have chorizo. I'm also excited to have other kinds of.
Yeah. Goan, there must be a lot of overlap between Mexican and Goan food, like in terms of flavors.
I would think the most overlap is between Goan and Portuguese food, but like in terms of
Of
Mexican,
course.
also yes, yeah,
Of
yeah.
course.
As in
But
Mexican,
also Mexican.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like they have their own chorizo, they have their own thing. Like my God, like I'm waiting to my we're literally waiting. I'm looking forward to just having tacos every day. I want tacos al pastor, which is my favorite, which is basically pork.
It's so sad, but the only taco I've had is from Taco Bell, and because of that, I don't like tacos. I have a feeling I've been a little shortchanged.
The thing
Maybe I've
is,
not
and
got the
this
right
is
taco experience.
your love for. So I can give you an equivalent of how much I love something and how much you will also love something if you experience it the way I have so far. Because next time when you come to Toronto, we can have good. We have decent like whatever Toronto Mexican tacos, which is also like Tex-Mex at most point, but not Taco Bell.
What does
Um,
Tex-Mex mean?
tech chimichangas are Tex-Mex. That doesn't exist. There's no such thing as chimichangas in Mexican food. I mean, it's a very Texas Mexican creation because
Oh,
Texas is
like
borders with.
American chop suey is an Indian thing.
No, chop suey exists everywhere, but like whatever. I know what you mean when you say that. Like Hakka is a very Indian Chinese. Like that's how I would say. Like Hakka.
Acha, like that. Okay, okay, okay.
That's.
Got it, got it, got
So
it.
what I was saying was the equivalent of Frankie is tacos
Oh,
because you have
interesting.
a corn chapati, that you've put together.
Ah,
You have a
ah.
bunch of meat on top of it, like a meat that you have put on top of it. Now that meat could be anything, could be chorizo, could be pork, could be beef, could be chicken, could be vegetarian thing as well. And then you put, let's see, how do I know what is in Spanish? Uh, ceballos is onions, right? Like ceballos. Uh,
Yeah.
ceballos is like lime, like basically nimbu, onions, cilantro, nimbu onions on top of it, and then you can just and then you have that's your tacos. That's basically every taco in
No,
there.
I really
And
feel
then
I
you
have
have
not had good tacos at
salsas,
all.
and then the
You know,
main
here
part.
they load up,
Then you have
salsa,
salsa sauce.
fresh salsa.
You have three salsa: salsa verde, which is green; salsa roja, which is thing, and then everyone has different levels of spice. So you just go,
Oh, oh, this is all sounding. You remember the Frankie that I would make at home,
yeah,
which is just vinegared onions and eggs.
hmm.
That I'm going to now try making that with pork chorizo.
Yeah, man, 100%. So does it have any cooking instructions on it, on that little bag?
No,
Is it already
no, but
cooked
I'm
and
gonna
just
have
needs
to.
to ask someone? Ask like
No, no,
Kelvin or
I
someone.
don't.
Like ask
Yeah,
Kelvin if you how
yeah.
do
No,
do I heat it because
Goldie will know.
Goldie will know. Goldie will know.
Yeah,
If you do you just heat it? Do you like boil it? Do you like fry it or whatever? Because I know you can cut it into small pieces, and then that meat is what matters. Like that's the
yeah.
thing.
Look at that. The ingredients are
Pork vinegar.
just pork with fat, iodized salt, spices, palm vinegar.
Yeah, yeah. And I
There
think
are no cooking instructions.
palm vinegar, nice. And anyway, I think after that you can have. Uh, after that we can have. You can try. You can look at YouTube also. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find.
Yeah. No, no, I know. I'll find something. But yeah, no. So I'm really feeling now more and more like I've had one, literally had taco once and decided it's not for me because it was so full of cabbage. It was
Yeah.
just cabbage.
My God,
It was really shit.
the only
The
kind of cabbage that
taco I
that you
had.
could put on a taco is if you're putting like coleslaw or like fish or something like that. But like very nice. I think tacos are the best things ever. It's also made from like it's corn tortillas, so it's like it's very nice. You can have many. You can have like five, like whatever. You don't have one. It's not like
Oh,
you're
and it's
having one.
not heavy.
Just
Oh,
charm.
nice,
Keep putting it like
nice, nice,
tacos.
nice, nice.
Like anyway, so that's there.
Mm.
Let's now that we have finished our wonderful taco chat, let us finally move on to the most important part that people have been
The
waiting for.
Oscars.
People have been waiting for. So let's look for Oscar winners. Did you watch it? Did you watch
Yeah,
the Oscars?
yeah.
Did you like it?
I felt. I mean, I'm not understanding Anora winning as much as Anora is winning.
Wait, did you one minute? Did you see? Let me just switch the account to.
Conan's monologue.
Yeah, I didn't see Conan's monologue live, but I did see it later, and it was honestly it was fine. I didn't have any issue with it. Some people like I remember
I didn't
hearing.
have issue with it, but I feel like it. I don't know why I expected it to be funnier
Hmm.
because it's Conan. It didn't disappoint in any way. Like it's not like I walked away going like it was shit, like the last guy. Remember last year's Oscar monologue guy? What was that bald guy's name? Oh my god, it was cringe. Oh, I felt like I was in an episode of Office where I was waiting for people to start looking to camera
You're
and
right.
giving
It
eye
was some
rolls.
random dude, right? Like it was some.
And it was very bad. It was very bad.
Who hosted Oscars
This
2024?
bald, this white bald guy, I can't remember who he
No, he was
was,
not
but it
white.
was,
He was like this. He was this Spanish, whatever, Latinx
oh,
guy.
Hispanic.
Yeah, Hispanic, Latinx.
It's possible. It's possible.
2024. No, that was Jimmy Kimmel. Who hosted Oscars 2024? Jimmy Kimmel. 2023 was it that? Again, Jimmy Kimmel. Was it?
Eh? When was it?
Was it? Oh, number
When was
two
this
was
guy?
Wanda Sykes, Amy Schumer.
What is happening?
Yo, who's this other dude, man? I'm trying to figure.
Oh,
Was
was
it
he
Gold?
not Oscars? Was he some other award? Have I mixed up
Who
what award he
hosted
was?
Golden Globes 2024? Yeah, yeah. This is the dude. This is the dude. Joe Coy. Golden Globes he was.
What was his name? Joe what?
Coy.
Joe Coy. Correct. That's him. Oh, it was too cringe. It was too cringe.
I wonder what he's
It
doing in
was
life.
too cringe.
Thing is, I haven't heard of him. I hadn't heard of him before or since. So like, it's one of those weird situations where.
Yeah, it was one of those weird this thing. But like
Anyway,
I remember at one point in the monologue, he was like, I just got this gig like 2 days ago. What did you expect it to be good? And I was like, no, don't do that.
why are you saying
That's
that?
like,
Why are you saying?
yeah, like don't do that. That's like, don't say things. Those are the things you don't say 101. You
Which
don't criticize your own monologue halfway through your monologue.
I was very happy that Flow won because we've talked about it and we've loved the movie.
Yes.
I was so
You watched it, no? You watched it, no?
yeah. We've seen
Hmm.
Flow properly. I was really happy that Flow won
I
because it
haven't
was.
seen Brutalist, so I don't know. I haven't actually seen Anora yet, so I don't
You
know.
know, something Maggie and I were discussing was like that man knows very well how to play Jewish people and win Oscars for it.
Who are you talking about, Brody?
Yeah.
No, but I saw this. I saw this one. I saw this like a mini essay on the amount of money Neon has pumped into lobbying for Anora. Like the making the film cost $6 million. The marketing vehicle was $18 million.
I
They
can see that.
spent 3 times the budget of the film to just push it for award season.
I also know that this director, man, what is his name? Is the guy who Sean Baker who won for Nora. He
Yeah.
won. The whole film was edited on Premiere Pro. Second, he also, as a director, he edits linear, and he shoots linear. From what I like, he
He
goes
shoots
like
linear.
I from what I've heard. Like I think he shoots or edits
Christian
linearly, which is I'm
edits
like
linearly. I don't see why that's a problem.
I think edits
Why
linear
won't you
is
edit
is and
linear?
is a thing. I think I'm guessing he shoots linear because which is a I mean
Shoot
for
linear is a dream, dude.
yeah it's a
If you
it's
actually can, it's a fucking dream if you can shoot linearly. I
I'm
don't like. That's
I
crazy if you
might be
could
wrong,
shoot linear.
but like I think I heard something about it. And I'm like that's mad to do it with that kind of. And I also know
Yeah,
that because
yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
from the kind of
Who else
cast and
does
actors he's
linear?
got.
I'll tell you who else did linear. I'll tell you who else did linear. Last of Us did linear.
Last of Us was short.
Last of Us shot. Yeah, and they really like and they were very like then they discuss how it's so much more expensive to shoot linearly, but thankfully because Last of Us was based on a game and levels and stuff, and it was a very it was a every episode was contained within those locations, they
Right.
could
Yeah.
actually go linear.
I can see that.
Yeah,
But
yeah. But shooting linear is a dream, dude. I would
yeah.
love to shoot linear. I would
I know.
love to
It's
shoot
very
linear.
cool. Anyway, this one did it. I know it was editor of Premiere Pro, so that's
You've
another.
seen you saw Anora?
I haven't. I haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
Not yet. I mean to see it. I mean to watch it today.
I'll tell you which we started watching. We started watching Conclave, and then actually I was doing something else, so I got bored and I quit. Also, I just don't like the Pope, man. So I don't care.
Can I just say, it's so wrong, but like, and I think it is something to do with how much all religion repels me. But I can't watch. I cannot anything. There was that very cool movie also, no, long ago. I'm sure a decade ago. Anthony Hopkins and that guy, two popes.
Yeah. Same. It's not
Same, couldn't watch it. Like just like anything and it's not just Christianity. Any religious, anything that has heavily religious undertones. I mean, sorry, overtones. I will be like, नहीं, मेरे को ये देखना ही नहीं है. मैं तो Sacred Games भी नहीं देखा सेकंड सीजन क्योंकि मैं कहा उसमें भी गॉड मैन आ जाता है मेरे को नहीं देखना गॉड
Oh
मैन का.
really? I have not seen season one of Sacred Games either, which I've heard is very
Me
good.
neither, me neither. But like I know I'm put off by that.
Yeah.
Like I'm put off by god men and religion and my in our context I'm put off by like
I think
mythology.
I'm giving I'm in any context of religion. Like I think excluding, which is the one show that I watched, which I remember really liking, Chaos, which was basically in the Greek setup, because I don't know much about the Greek thing. You know how you remember? Have you seen Chaos? The one where Jeff Goldblum is
Jeff
Zeus,
Goldblum.
and it's very cool. Like it's been set up very coolly for the same reason like how I found Romeo and Juliet cool, because it was like set up in a contemporarized version of the same thing, and they're like, because they're still in Crete, they're still in place. There's like still Heracles is still there.
We're
Everyone's still.
talking about Romeo and Juliet, Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. Baz Luhrmann and Romeo and Juliet was a similar vibe of how we're doing. Like I don't mind watching those
Yeah,
kinds of
if
things.
I had to be fair, you're not wrong. If I had to pick a mythology, it would be Greek. Like Greek is cool. Greek mythology is cool. Like they've got cooler characters
I
and
think
whatever and
because we
more.
don't know them well enough, it's one of those things where, and also I would
Exactly.
absolutely love to watch an Indian mythology thing where they've contemporized characters, but like if you do that, you are basically causing a war in that country. So
Yeah. No,
so
there's one Ranbir Kapoor Ramayana that's being made that's been stopped more times than it has started. So at this point, it's never going to get made.
I
Like you're
think
like, it's never going to get
you
made.
can make it, just don't make it in that country, and release it to every other country where it gets banned in India, and everyone will watch it. Make it
Yeah,
in some other
it's true,
country,
dude.
make it
It's
a
true, dude. It's so true. Like I remember there was this film many moons ago, like in the 80s, I think 80s film called Kalyug. I don't know if you remember it. Shashi Kapoor, Rekha. It was basically two companies and the rivalry between two companies, and those companies are cousins. The whole film was Mahabharat.
yeah, I can
It is
imagine.
such a fucking cool
Concept.
concept. It's so sexy to do something like that, like to take a Mahabharat and just whittle it down to the emotion behind it, rather than the ceremony and the ritual and the aggrandization of the characters.
Yeah,
Just bring it down to what happened emotionally between the brothers and the wife
definitely.
and the
Yeah.
mother, and what caused. Oh, I would love to do something like that, but I would be raped and murdered and lynched. I would be
Let's
hung from the street light in Ghatla Village Road.
please let's not shub bolo, Devi. Shub bolo. Just
The
murdered.
fact.
Just
I know. Imagine the
just
best case scenario is
just
just murder.
casually आके ऐसा छू
Yeah.
आके ऐसा बस
It-
casually छुरा भोग के चला गया, rather than making.
Yeah. Correctly. Yeah. In a quick way. To slash the truth, go away very quickly.
Life लेना है तो लूट लो. इज्जत please leave my इज्जत at home.
Leave my izzat at home. It's true. But yeah, so tell me what did you think of the wins? I really
Uh,
felt bad Demi Moore didn't win.
Okay, wait. Let me.
I
I felt
really felt
really bad. I felt of all the people,
very bad that she didn't win.
but it's also kind of those classic Oscar things to do. Like okay, from the best film, I'm just gonna go backwards actually from the time. Of
Yeah,
the movies
yeah,
that I've seen, I have not seen Complete Unknown. I've seen Dune Part Two,
yeah,
uh,
me too.
and I've seen The Substance, and I've seen Wicked. I didn't think any of them were good enough to
Who are
win
the
Best
other one
Picture.
second? Hold on. Let me pull up my phone. You're looking at the nominees, right?
Yeah, yeah. Let me just.
Where are this thing? Yeah, The Brutalist I haven't seen. Complete Unknown I haven't seen. Who you? Emilia Perez I haven't seen. Um, what is this? Emilia Perez was going through a lot, dude. Like really. Emilia
Why?
Perez is really going through a lot.
Why is she going through a lot? Yeah, I know, but I remember
No,
seeing it.
there's like the woman who's playing the trans woman has made a lot of problematic tweets many years ago. And then apparently the whole Mexican community is very upset with the film because they're not representing. They've made light of it. And they're like,
It's
ye
also
kya, kahan se this?
when it went on to,
Hmm.
when you look at foreign film, it was France. Like
Yeah,
France has sent Amelia Perez. France has sent All We
yeah,
Imagine Is Light.
yeah,
France has sent
yeah,
like
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's so weird
And
how
also that's a major problem. They're like the guy who was directing the film couldn't speak Spanish.
yeah
He's like, how is he making a film? Half the shit that's being spoken is not authentic.
he was
Which I
using
get that.
Google Translate to chat to,
Yeah, yeah. So
I've
I'm
seen
like, buddy, I get that. I get it. Like I get the country's uproar over like ye
it's
kya hai matlab.
It is thoda weird. Anyway, what is the other one?
Mm.
International feature film who won? I'm guessing I'm Still Here one. I want to see that movie. That movie sounds really nice. I'm Still Here.
Yeah,
From
I'm
from
still here also sounds like. Yeah, I
animated
agree.
short
Anora also I
film.
want to watch.
I haven't seen animated short.
Animated short. Animated short was.
So things I want to see, from this whole thing that came, from the whole event. Sometimes you find something that you really want to watch because you're seeing the documentary feature. I would really like to watch. I've heard about it. No Other Land. I really want to watch it. It's insane. Uh, an Indian film
There
was
is such
nominated.
a fucking disconnect between what you're saying and what is appearing on the screen.
Sorry. I think
No,
it
no,
must.
you can't do anything about it. There is a lag now. What can you do?
Yeah, so I'm in documentary feature film right now, which is there, and
Ah,
no, that's called. There's this one called No Other Land, which is really nice. I really want to. I've heard really nice things about it, and I want to see it. And it's like, it's also documentary feature is the one. What is the most in fashion socio-political topic that's currently matters? And if someone has made
what
a
is no
half
other
decent
land about? I haven't heard about it at all.
Palestine, Israel, Palestine. So if there's something.
Oh, can I tell you random goss? I heard apparently Gal Gadot refused to present that award because it was pro-Palestine.
I've heard as well, and I can see why, because she's like an Israeli woman, like who's served in. So I can understand why. I think she did give the award, or she did, or they moved her to other one, and they also had her on one when they were delivering her award. She was delivering it with that woman who has made lots of pro-Palestine comments. So it was like there was also lots of things around it. Rachel Ziegler or Rachel, I forgot
Oh,
what her name is. Anyway, there was some scene around that whole thing. I was like, yeah, man, like, sure, dude,
yeah.
like deal with your problems. It's like no one. It's not like just because she doesn't politically agree with someone. My God, can you think? Have you thought about people going to work every day? Like other people have to random Shiv Sena supporters will be sitting with you, or Shiv Sena and Congress people support each other. They
Seriously.
voters will vote.
Seriously.
BJP, Shiv Sena, Congress, सब काम के लिए जाते हैं साथ में, and they'll have chai. So it's
It's
normal.
true.
It's really
It's
normal.
true.
Anyway,
It's
um,
true.
this is so No Other Land was the one that I remember saying that I wanted to watch. The documentary short film. There was one. Called, which is made by I Am Ready Warden or something. It is like it's an Indian maid who's made it. Who I saw. It was about some girl. 1 minute. I Am Ready Warden. No. That's not the one. There was one documentary short or documentary feature film that I remember seeing. I was like, boss, I have never heard of this at all. Anyway, um, international feature film. Anything else? Nothing else. I think the fact that Anora won so many awards was the part that I found really weird. I found incredibly weird that it was.
Which for me just goes to show how much it makes a difference, the amount of money that is pumped into award season lobbying.
Yeah.
Because okay, to be fair, I haven't watched the movie, so it's not right for me to comment. But it's,
Here's
I'll
the
tell you
thing.
what my problem is. Have you seen this show called what the fuck, dude? How do I forget the name every time? Wait, I'm gonna tell you the name of the show. Uh, the show that Mikey Madison was on 4 seasons of, with this very cool this comic, this female comic that I really, Better Things. Have you seen the show Better Things?
No.
It's a very cute show, okay, about a single mother with 3 children, okay, who's just dealing with life, like, and she's a actor in that. She plays an actor, and not a very well known actor or whatever, but like decent enough, getting by, lives in LA. But it's a very nice show. Okay, Mikey Madison in that show plays the most annoying person. Like, she's so annoying as a daughter in that show.
That you
So
you don't like her because of that.
it's a little bit, yeah, like a little bit I'm biased because of that. So
I have nothing against her. I was very happy that Amelia de
I just
Montfort
feel I just
got to
feel
interview all
very
of them
bad.
for
I
Oscars. Have you seen
really
those?
like, this is the first time I wanted, like, I there was someone I really wanted. I really wanted Demi Moore to win. I wanted her to win.
I
And
was surprised she
that
didn't
broke
win.
my heart.
I was surprised she didn't win.
Yeah.
I also am aware that every year the Oscars has one or two categories randomly that will not go the same way as the other movies. and this time it was just, or like every year there's some movie that just sweeps everything. Like, for some reason, whatever, La La Land wins everything, or like for some reason,
Hmm.
like, and it happens all the time. It's almost, so that's why I was aware of it. I also know that whatever, at the end of it, Oscars are the Oscars, man. Like they're the biggest awards on the planet. So I can see why winning it is important, and why people put so much effort into
Yeah,
lobbying it.
yeah,
And it starts at TIFF, so I
yeah,
know, I'm aware of it. Like every year, the award season,
yeah.
right? Like the lobbying season starts. So whoever comes to TIFF is making an Oscar run for it, because, and whoever comes with full cast to TIFF. Like I remember this. When do I
Hmm.
remember this? Jojo Rabbit. Jojo Rabbit was in 2018 or 2018. I had just moved here or something, and then I was like, oh, man, like everyone from Jojo Rabbit was there. Scarlett Johansson was in Toronto. Was in Toronto. Taika was here. The whole cast, all the kids had come. They were doing interviews in every news, like in like morning news and in like CTV morning news. Why do you need to do CTV morning news kind of a thing, unless you're promoting? Not only are you promoting your movie, you're promoting TIFF. So like, because it was being launched there,
Hmm.
they were doing. So it starts from that, and then they just keep going one after the other to different places, because like it's one by one. You just follow. You're playing the lobbying game for that whole season. You're playing it. That ends at the Oscars. So that's why
Okay,
I can see why people are
okay.
doing, and it won. Like I remember, Jojo Rabbit won, like was nominated for a serious number of things at that time. So they're
Yeah,
basically with each other. They're just going into different places and promoting the film and talking about it and
yeah.
applauding.
The other one that irritated me was, and I'm sure, it's so weird because I remember I really liked Adrian Brody in The Pianist. Okay, so when he won for The Pianist, I remember thinking, oh, he totally deserves it and all. It was a spectacular performance. Then he went and kissed Halle Berry like that. Then he put me off in a very bad way when he did that. Where like I was like, ये मेरे को पसंद ही नहीं है इंसान. Yeah, I don't like him. I don't like him as a human being. I don't like him as a male. I don't want like after this I'm like it went away. All my love for him went away. And this time, with that fucking ass, rambling ass speech that he kept going on and on and on, it was so write shit down, dude. Value other people's time. Just because you won Best Actor doesn't mean you can just go. Oh my god, it was so entitled him being there. It just
You
like
know, he also
every
he
time he has
also
won an Oscar,
kissed kissed Halle Berry outside, right? Like you also know that, right?
he did. She did.
Yeah, before the event, though. Yeah, before the event.
She did. She came, she said, excuse me to his partner, apologized before doing it, and did it. So even when she did the kiss, she still did it better than he did it.
Cute. Anyway,
Fucking
I
ass.
think
Like I remember just
yes.
being
I've seen his
so
movies.
irritated when he
He
did.
acts well. I really like Pianist as well. I haven't seen Brutalist. I've heard it's brutally long. I want to see Jesse Eisenberg. Whatever
Uh-huh.
the Kieran
Real
Culkin
Pain,
one.
I've seen Real Pain.
I've not seen Real Pain. I've heard it's really nice. So that's
It's a
the
good
thing.
film.
I've
I
also I
like it.
was I've also heard that
It's
that
a
you realize why
it's
he
a
deserves it is one something I've heard someone say.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my god. But can I just say honestly, I loved him as Roman Roy also. Have you seen Succession?
No, I have not, but I know he's supposedly
Oh
that's
buddy.
what kind of has put him into the A-list contention now that he's
Like what a performer, dude. I remember when I watched it, when I started watching and I was like, eh, this guy, like I've seen him, okay, because I used to always find him very ski. And my God, what a show, firstly. You have to just be in the right. It's so weird for me, Succession. I remember starting it and being very upset by it because I was like, मेरे को नहीं देखना है यार, rich fucking debaucherous
hmm,
American, entitled American.
hmm,
And I remember starting and like first halfway through the first episode only stopping. And then somewhere in the lockdown where I had a little bit more of a sense of humor and a little more distance and a little more like I was able to take the content a little more lightly, like the
yeah.
show a little more lightly. When I really found it very funny, dude. Like you can't make a tomlet without breaking a few eggs, without breaking a few Gregs. Cousin Greg is the best. Oh my god, this
I
one
haven't seen.
fucking serious. There's a serious court case, okay, about like this one particular, like a lot of shit has come out about covering up this one guy who is clearly sexually molested, harassed a lot of people to the point where his name is Lester and they all call him Uncle Mo. Okay, and in the because Mo Lester. And in court, they're like, why do you call him Uncle Mohan? They're like, it's just a pet name. They don't know how to cover up. And so they're going through emails. And even the guy who plays, why can't I remember his name? James something. James McLaughlin? No, what's his name? But the guy who plays, basically the guy who played Darcy in Pride and Prejudice, in Keira Knightley's Pride and Prejudice, who plays such a goof in that movie, okay? He plays this really subservient, fucking wife-beaten person, okay? And at one point they're questioning him and they say, did you send 102 emails saying you can't make, his name is Tom, and the one person, the only person who he bullies is cousin Greg. Okay, and he's like, did you send 102 emails saying you can't make a Tomlet without breaking a few Gregs? It's just like, what? Oh, it's so fun. It's so bizarrely, horribly. It's sad because at some point you just start feeling like, why are you laughing? It's
It's
true.
nice.
So
I've
much of
heard.
what's happening.
I was
You should
around when it
really watch
happened,
it.
but like I
And
get.
Roman Roy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Kieran
was.
Culkin is fabulous.
I've heard, and I also he's also a really nice guy. Like on like when like when he's giving, like
Yeah,
he seems like a nice personality. So it's
yeah,
like that way. It's there.
yeah, yeah. He
Before
is. He is. He doesn't take himself very seriously.
we can
Yeah.
end now if you want, or if you want to chat about a Severance that you have
Let's
watched.
just little bit talk about. Yeah, I was just going to say that. Let's little bit talk about Severance. Yeah. Did you see
Yeah,
the last episode deserves an Oscar?
yeah, man. Yeah, totally.
I'm sorry, dude. It was so beautiful.
Yeah, it
It
was
was
great.
a beautiful episode. I know it was directed by the DP, and I
Yeah,
think it shows.
yeah. No, as in
I
and
really
and
think
you
it
really
shows.
need to do stuff like that, man, for it to like
You
so
really
yeah.
need?
You really need to. I mean, I think to be able to execute those kinds of montages and stuff like that, no, being the DP is class, like because you can see it better, I feel.
Oh, I think that episode is a DP editor win. Like
Yeah,
that show, that episode is a tip off to what a DP and an editor can do to make an episode be spectacular. Now, can we just discuss theories for a bit? Oh, Baba, your audio is gone. Babu, your audio is gone. I can't hear you. Why can I not hear you? Arya is speaking. Technical. For the 3.5 people watching us, we are undergoing some technical difficulties. We have lost sound on the Bhai
is
element
it
of
back?
this
I think it's back.
chat show.
Is it back?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, it's
yes,
back.
it's back.
I
Yeah,
don't know if
yeah,
my
yeah,
battery
yeah,
is low.
yeah.
Is my battery low? Yeah, I think my battery is really low. Okay, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Let me just switch this. But you can continue talking about this thing. I'll switch the my battery.
Yeah, so firstly, it broke my brain, okay? What, like, because in my head, no, when I was watching all of season 2, it was always about, okay, Cold Harbor is about where my estimation of what Cold Harbor was, because Cold Harbor is like a big deal in this season, was that that Cold Harbor was where she met with an accident,
Before you say
and
anything, can you hear me?
that whole, yeah, I can, yeah,
Okay, good.
I've been able to hear you throughout. Since you said, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
No, no, I
So
switched
yeah,
my
so for me,
microphone.
Cold Harbor was it was about bringing people back to life. I thought that was the big thing. Yo, they've found a way to bring people back to life. I don't know why. I thought that was the big, like for me, I was very convinced that was it.
Hmm.
This whole, what they were making her do, go into rooms and experience unpleasant shit as 15,000 different fucking innies through the one chip. Oh, it broke my brain. It made me feel so sad for her. Oh my God. Till then, I had very few feelings for her. Okay. I'm going to be very honest.
You
I didn't
don't see,
feel much for
you don't know
that
anything
character. Yeah.
about her, man. Like yeah, for no reason
Yeah.
you
But
don't.
whatever little you've seen, you don't, like, you come to know that she's the wife, right? In season 1 only, you come to know she's the wife.
Yeah.
But like, I never felt any empathy for her, you know, or I never felt like she's not got a very, how do I put this? as a cast, she doesn't have a very soft face. Doesn't have a very immediately bechara face. You know, like you don't immediately warm or you don't immediately feel like,
Yeah, man.
oh,
In one episode, she has
what
given you.
a
She has become
in
the.
one episode.
So
Firstly, what an episode.
what I for
Yeah. And like,
10 points to that woman as an actor because she has had to play like 8 different characters besides herself. On who, like, I imagine, like, as an actor, man, like, who is Gemma per se? How is Gemma different? Like, she's had to play Miss Casey for the longest time, which is fine till we know who
yeah,
Miss Casey
yeah,
was.
yeah,
Then
yeah,
now she's had to play Gemma,
yeah,
so we have to suddenly fall in love with Gemma in her in like, because she's the reason, like, she's the main problem in the whole show, right? Like, she's the main
yeah,
character
yeah, yeah,
technically.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
then she's playing all these different versions of it. For me, that first moment when she gets into that room, right, like the dentist wala room, and then she says, "Oh, I was just here," and then I was like, "Oh, that's when it kind of clicked." And I'm like, "Oh, basically she's fragmenting her brain every time she walks into a room. She's a different person." And then all
Yeah.
the things that they went through, and I wonder what Cole Harbour is. What do you think
No,
Cole
but
Harbour's
you
going to
know
be?
what was my confusion when she walked into the room in the dentist? I thought she was walking in as Miss Casey. Like I didn't. It still didn't strike me that she's being different people in every room. So I was very like, bapre, what is happening?
She's being
And the
fragmented
most
in each room.
heartbreaking
I
moment,
feel like
she's being,
fragmented in each room that she enters. Like, she's a different
yeah,
person. That's the
yeah, yeah. I still don't understand what, like, I get that MDR is sort of every room they are sort of, but I don't understand what they're testing still. Like, I
you
don't
know
have a
when
theory
when they
on
said
what
they're
they're
refining
testing still.
feelings,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that that's the feeling that I feel is assigned to each room. So, for example, when she's in the room with the Christmas cards and stuff like that, there's a feeling
Right.
that she's, so the feeling that they are still waiting because Mark hasn't been able to process that file yet is Cold Harbor, and considering the number of times they've used that word, I feel it's whoa, like whoa.
Oh. What are the four? Woe, frolic, um,
Yeah, I know that Kier is some weird man.
Arey, it's sad, mad, fear, happy. So sad, mad, which is my therapist uses this a lot. Where when she says I have to identify a feeling that like an experience gave me or an interaction gave me, or if I'm like I'm feeling, she's like, what do you feel? Do you feel sad, mad, fear, happy? Like she always says that. So there will be some form of woe is sad, mad is happy is frolic. There will be some form of fear, some fancy word for fear and some fancy word for anger.
Yeah, I was
That's
just
remember
I
it.
was feeling they were just processing,
Refining those.
refining emotions, because they, you know, how when they were explaining how do you know what to do with the numbers, it's like you feel it, basically, like you feel that those numbers are the
Yeah,
right things
yeah,
to do,
yeah,
such that they
yeah,
do it. And like, even the things that they've said
yeah.
about her being, about the guy saying that, oh, once Cold Harbor's finished, he will lose, like, that shady doctor will lose access um, to her, or something will change or something like that.
But what do you think Cold Harbor is? I'm very confused now as to what I think Cold. I mean, I don't know what it is anymore. Like, I
That's
don't know
like,
whether Cold Harbor is the breaking point. Like, because I feel like they're also testing to see at what point will the chip sort of. I think they're testing to see the limits of the chip, right? Because they had sort of hinted at this in the last season when that woman, the prego woman, had no idea who the sister was, Devin.
yeah,
So I think they're also like, that is pretty obvious that they're trying to extend the chip to not just be like, oh, work life balance. That's also like anything that you find unpleasant. Like, oh, I don't want to deal with, I have to go to the dentist 20 times, but I don't want to have to deal with the dentist. So you can just switch into a person when you go into a dentist. Or like every unpleasant experience now has the ability to be able to, so you chip everybody, and anything you find unpleasant, you have the ability to be able to disassociate from that, so you don't have to deal with, you
yeah.
know,
Also,
that
because
particular
you don't see
experience.
them, or because you don't see their experience, you don't have the empathy for them. But like, at
You
the
don't
same
have
time,
the, you don't have to process it. You're not it's very, you remember weirdly what it reminded me of was, do you remember, Jesus, what's the name of the film? What's the Nolan film with the magicians?
Prestige,
Jesus,
Prestige.
good lord. Prestige. You remember Prestige, where one version dies every time he does that Remember, like I remember thinking about that for so long,
Yeah.
being like, oh God, one is dying. It's just the one that's alive doesn't have to deal with that. But one dies. Every night one drowns
Hmm.
to death in front of people. It's just the one that pops out from the other end of the stage doesn't have to deal with that. So it's so similar
Yeah.
in not in a chip way, but it's you don't have to deal. So and the only reason I felt this was because dentist. I don't know about Christmas cards. I don't know why that was so important, but I mean, I'm guessing that is a metaphor for being in a bad marriage. I don't
She
know,
hates no
but
because she said it
uh,
no in the flashback time where she hates she says something to him
writing
like
thank you cards.
yeah, and she
Yeah,
says
yeah,
you I
yeah.
hate you hate writing cards anyway, and then the fact that she's doing it plus she's doing it with the left hand for some reason in the inside, whereas she's a right-handed person on the outside, like it's weird like that they
I
played it.
didn't pick up on. Yeah,
This
or like
is
even
I have
flying. Like
watched
people, there are people
far
who
too
have a
many.
legit. Huh?
I've watched far too many
Huh? Even I
videos,
have watched a lot.
which have gone into
But
like
can I just
Severance
say,
seasons. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, same. Even I watched lots. Even I watched lots. Like ones where they're like, oh, when they were giving blood, lumen sign was there,
Mm-mm.
and that when they went into the infertility clinic, like to the sorry the fertility clinic, that doctor was there.
Yeah.
That though I caught in the show only. When I was watching only,
I
I'm like,
didn't
ये तो
catch
वही
that.
doctor है, ये तो वही doctor है.
I didn't
I
catch that.
caught it in the show only. I was very excited. I was very excited when I
I
caught it
just
in the. Oh,
felt that
yes, good today new episode. It must have come already,
oh 1 minute not must be it's a Friday episode, it's
isn't
a
it?
Friday.
Friday for me. It's not
Ah,
Friday for you.
not
Must be
yet.
Friday for you
Not
also.
yet. It's Thursday for me right now. But there might be a new episode, who
Oh,
knows.
but what? In how many hours will it be midnight for you? Because I have a feeling it
Two.
drops at midnight.
Yeah,
It
yeah, yeah.
it drops
Yeah,
at
but
midnight your time
we usually never watch it on the day. We'll watch it like aram se the night, like in the when it comes.
on the night off.
Yeah, yeah. As in
Yeah.
whatever.
But
Tomorrow
that,
we'll
and
watch.
then,
Yeah.
oh my God, when she hits that doctor and makes a run for it, and then in the elevator, she just goes back into being Miss Casey. And I was like, no.
Yeah, that's the
It
thing.
was
No,
so
that
heartbreaking.
makes so much sense
Oh,
because now when he goes now I want to see what happens to
she'll
him.
never be able to escape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah. Even I
curious
want to
as to
see what
where
happens
this
to him.
season ends. Like, where does this season end? Like, what would
Yeah.
be a nice way, as
Yeah.
someone who's like a someone for
Yeah.
you, as someone who's made shows and stuff like that, where would you end this season? I would, if I had to choose,
Yeah.
I would end at a point where they see each other in their real forms, but never get to meet. Like,
Oh.
so then you create, because also at
I
the
have
end
a
of it,
feeling
the
that
one thing
I
they're
have a
really good
feeling
at, Debbie, is that they're really good at making
is
suspense endings and making you want to do it.
yeah,
Like with each episode, all you want to see
wait
is the next episode. They
for the
literally
next
make it. So
season.
what they do really
Yeah.
well, 10 points, Mr. Ben Stiller, besides making a massive, very good Oscar performance, by the way. When the thing he did with production design, when he was presenting the award, very cute, man. It was very cute. Did you
I
see
don't remember seeing. I didn't see.
Ben Stiller was
I missed
presenting
it. No,
Ben
no.
Stiller was presenting the
The one
award
where he
for
jumped up. Yeah, 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 yeah,
So I'm like, besides
yeah,
that,
yeah.
I'm like, he's made a really cool show, and I'm very impressed, and I really hope
Yeah.
it
He
wins
didn't
every award.
create it. There's another guy
Yeah,
the
yeah,
guy
yeah.
that's created it is Daniel.
But he's
Yeah,
been
but
the one
he was
from the
closely
start.
involved.
Yeah, from the
Yeah, yeah,
start. Like, and
yeah.
he's directed so many episodes. In fact,
From the start.
he's the series director at
Yeah.
both
Even
in
the
both.
opening of this season, I thought was fab. I mean, I know I'm a little late to it, but the opening was oof. That run that he did, that bolt run that he did. In my
It's
head,
some
I'm watching it only goes bolt run. Bolt
Yeah,
run,
man. But like, it's not
bolt
only
run.
Bolt. No, it's Bolt on one side. Then you go in this thing. Then there's like a little 3D in the middle, so that because you know that little transition that happens. It's so cool. I also
Yeah,
notice
yeah,
now. The more you notice about these things, like now when you notice this year's packaging, you'll see the story playing out. Like how there's every person is
yeah.
split into
So which is
different places.
why, yeah, which is why I really feel like this season, as much as I get it, I get the whole them seeing each other, and I think that will happen. But I don't know why. Like, so for example, in my head, when I remember watching the first season and thinking the moment all of them came into all the innies snapped into the outies consciousness, I thought would have been a great moment to end the show. At that, like basically end of how many episodes were the last season? 8. I thought end of episode 7 was a great season ender. In my head, I was like, this was a great place to end the season. The fact that they took it 1 step further and they showed so much more into these guys' lives, I thought was fantastic. And I think that will happen. But I don't know why. Like, so for example, in my head, when I remember watching the first season and thinking the moment all of them came into all the innies consciousness, I thought would have been a great moment to end the show. At that, like basically end of how many episodes were the last season? 8. I thought end of episode 7 was a great season ender. In my head, I was like, this was a great place to end the season. The fact that they took it 1 step further was, I think, was the ice, like for me, was what made the show. I was like, this is an exceptional show because you didn't go for the low hanging fruit. The low hanging fruit would have been just end on when they come in. So I feel like season, like the penultimate episode will end on them seeing each other. And I have a feeling Helena has a huge role to play because she's the only one in the elevator who, when she goes down, she will snap into Helena, and she's the only character who has a relationship with Inimark, who has any feeling for Inimark. There's also
Yeah,
all these theories about how she's going to get prego
she is pregnant.
with his
I
kid.
feel I'm pretty sure she's pregnant. Like I feel she's
How do you know she's pregnant?
why else would the doctor
अभी तो
say,
कुछ नहीं है.
why else would the doctor tell Gemma that he is now with another woman and they are and with a child and stuff like that. Like, you know how he gave that information to her. He didn't lie to her. Like, when you think about what he said he's now happy with
I
some other
didn't think
woman and
about
they
that.
have a child. And the fact that she
Oh,
now tried to make contact with him on the outside, and then purpose and
yeah,
like,
that I
no,
felt.
no one makes errors, like purposely make the error of saying, instead of saying using Gemma's real name, which
The wrong name.
she properly knows, she has to know because she's whatever, she's one of the
Yeah, yeah,
possibly two
yeah.
people
No,
who are
that I get.
downstairs.
That I thought was a very, yeah, yeah. No, that I got. That even I felt. I was like, तुम जबरदस्ती
I
किया
also
वो,
feel, and
just to be able to see a reaction.
this is something I've been thinking about because I also saw it on some video, is that his
I also
sister,
feel
no,
Milchik is going to snap.
no,
I feel like Milchik is going to
I
snap.
feel his sister is also a lumen plant in some way, Devin. Even though I really like her, but like I feel she's a lumen.
No,
You know why? And
really?
this is not an original thought. This is a thought that someone has put into my head because and I read this somewhere that in it's an Apple TV show. In Apple TV shows, they have one mandate that they don't let negative characters use iPhones, and they showed Devin almost calling Mrs. Selvig last time in that last episode when that whole thing was being dealt with, and she's on an Android. And that is my thing. And I was like, oh, what if
No,
she's
but
also.
you know what? That could just, that technically, if she joins hands with Selvig, she effectively becomes a negative character, even though she's actually just looking out. She's doing it for, because I thought see, that was the one thing I found a little random. I remember, yes, in the last episode where, like, so obviously Regabi was the only one who could control the situation, and she's doing the one thing that would drive Regabi away, where Regabi is like, don't call Kobel, don't call Kobel.
And
And
she
this one called,
doesn't,
like,
but like.
that I remember, when I remember seeing that, and I'm like, I get like they're trying to play it up as she did it in desperation, but Devin's always been a very straight-headed character. So I was like, this felt a little bit, I
I
also
hope
feel
that's the
like
case.
Selvig being missing for so long means I have a feeling this episode is when I have a feeling where this episode
I'm
is where
very happy with
Selvig's
this
coming
episode,
back.
though. I was very happy because all the
Oh,
so much
so many.
theory crafting that was going on from the episodes before, and then essentially, you could do all that, and then suddenly they drop an episode which is like, oh, welcome to a new world, audience. Like, whatever you're
Yeah,
thinking does
yeah,
not matter.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it does
yeah,
not matter.
yeah, yeah. And I love that with this episode, they've just,
Discovery, yeah.
it's not like they negated a lot. Like some of the theories landed also, some of the things everyone kind of, but they gave you a whole new, like, a whole new stream of thought to now be
Yeah,
like, ab
and a
kya?
new character
And
also,
ye
like,
kya?
and a new character as well, like, so
Yeah.
it's not just
That dentist, so
Bauer,
some people are theorizing that in the Bowen, there some people
Bauer.
are theorizing that he was the guy in the birthing resort also, that he
That's
was the one walking out of.
it's a
But
stretch
I
that
mean, I
is
feel
like,
like that's a reach.
yeah,
I
that's
feel like that may not have. I feel like that is a retroactive fit, but I think it's great that it's fitting. Like, I think it's very
yeah,
cool.
yeah. I'm pretty sure
And
that
I'm
person,
like,
yeah, like even in that video I saw, I remember they were saying yeah, it probably wasn't even casted then, like that point in time, but like
yeah,
it is.
exactly. Exactly. But
I'm
I
waiting
think
to
it's a
see what
great,
it is.
like, whoever retrofitted it, I was like, well done. Well done that you have managed to make one guy walk out that makes it feel like. So, tell me something. So that means ON optics and design just exists to stock her rooms. Huh?
Or
And
whatever,
those
different
cards,
places.
yeah, or different places. And those cards, what's your theory on those cards? the Ichigurai cards.
Chikai Bardo cards, right? That she was
Ichigurai
given.
Bardo.
The name of
Yeah,
this that
yeah,
was the name
yeah.
of the episode, right? Like, huh.
Episode, yeah, 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 yeah. Which so many people went on and on about, oh, it is between life and death, and
Yeah,
this is going to happen. And then I
it's
was even, ah, Buddhism, yeah.
I
But
saw it. I saw the whole thing, and I was like, yeah. I mean, at the end of it, there is enough evidence you're getting now and now to suggest that that their whatever that birthing clinic, that fertility clinic, or whatever that blood donation thing that they were on was like is formulated and controlled completely by these guys. No, underneath.
yeah,
I'll tell you
yeah,
where
yeah,
my spidey sense is going. This Devon thing, which I told you about, one is there. Second,
yeah,
and
yeah.
this is the part that I'm kind of curious about. Considering these guys have met at a Lumen event, was she a plant from the start?
Mm,
Was she already a Lumen employee before this whole thing went into, or did it like
right from the beginning.
right from the beginning? Because they've met at
Mm.
at a something that was Lumen made, organized, or whatever, right? Like,
The
so it's
blood
not
drive. Yeah,
the blood drive that was made by, yeah. So
yeah,
who knows what's there. Anyway, let's see. Okay,
yeah.
we've gone really
So that,
overboard. Tell me how. Sorry.
yeah, yeah. Wait, there was one more. No, no. The reason why the card is tickling, like the card is a niggle for me, was because you remember the level of panic that Milchik went through when I've forgotten his name, the cutie,
Dylan.
the
Dylan.
cutie, Dylan. You remember
Dylan
when
G.
Dylan stole the card? Yeah, you remember when Dylan G stole the card?
Yeah, but that also I feel fine, because now if you steal anything, I mean, Dylan is so afraid of like stealing anything, like in terms of things. Like, when I say anything, I mean like even that little that painting that Irving had made and kept behind the painting, the hang in there painting, the one that he had left, that little sketch that he had made
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the
yeah,
testing
yeah,
film.
yeah,
He
yeah.
was too scared to even take that with him. I'm also very curious about, and this is something that we haven't discussed on that.
Irving.
Irving's track is definitely going to play out, because Bert being fired is something that's weird. Plus the fact that, like, that Bert's partner,
They let
whatever.
out, no, that he's been that partner let out, no, that he's been severed for 20 years, even though 12 years only it has been in existence. And clearly, Irving is doing some of his own research. Someone, in fact, and this is again not an original thought, but someone said that apparently they feel like Irving has been many personalities in the, like the same way that her chip has been, like her chip is going through, they switch up his personalities every now and then, I feel, which I haven't been able to put it to all
Yeah,
together, but like I thought that was an interesting
and
theory as
that,
well.
I
What
feel
were you
that's the.
saying about?
I think Irving being, like, Irving and like Bert's partner Fields, and like that whole thing,
Yeah,
how it's going to play out with Drummond trying to go into his house at the same time, the fact that they have access to their homes and stuff. Like, how did he enter his house, and how did he know where he kept his secret files, man? Like, how can he see what he's
yeah,
seeing
yeah,
when
so
when
easily. Yeah, 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 yeah.
if they can see what these guys can see when they're unsevered or whatever kind of a
I
thing, technically they can.
really don't think it was a coincidence that I don't think it was a coincidence that Bert invited him over the day that Drummond broke in. Like it feels like Bert is one of the, like for me, I actually thought Bert was Dieter. Like Bert is the twin brother. You know the twin brother that in that Woz cave? Like in my head, Bert is the brother. I remember when I saw it, I was like, "Ye hai bhai,
My favorite thing
ye
from
bhai
that
hai, ye
Dieter, what is his name? What is his last name? Egan.
Dieter,
Dieter
Dieter
Egan
Egan." Huh.
is is an anagram for AI generated.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it is.
stop, really?
It is. It is. It's. I feel, yeah, it is. Like, and the fact that Helena was laughing about it. Helena herself was laughing about it. Like, when she was talking about, like,
Yeah,
things that it's
yeah,
obviously he's done it to himself. Like, it's not like there was no Dieter kind of a thing, and that was her
yeah,
saying it, not Helly. So it was like, it was
yeah,
kind of interesting to
yeah,
me for the so many. I'm sure all the
yeah,
clues are there. Everything is there. It's been so
yeah,
long since
dude.
we've had a
Yeah,
since we've had
dude.
a show that we're all like, that is so, people are just waiting. There are YouTube channels dedicated to just theory crafting and stuff like that. Since Game of
Yeah,
Thrones,
dude.
which ended horribly, uh, we have
Yeah,
we wanted
yeah,
we've really been craving a show which is of this level of cool,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
where you
this
can't figure
level
it
of
out.
cool and intrigue, and the intrigue is, it's not like there is a set of people that are like, oh, you know where this is going.
Yeah.
It's everyone's theory is alag. Everyone's waiting, and I just really hope, because when expectations are so high, sometimes so far
Most
it hasn't happened.
most of the times most of the times when expectations are high, especially for shows, and I'll give you examples of shows that have been good and then have been bad. Most of them have been bad. Lost, awful season finale kind of a thing. Game of Thrones, my god, that whole
Yeah.
last season was disgusting. Like
Oh my
it has turned me
God.
off the
Oh my
show. I
God.
can't watch House of the Dragon because of that show. Because I remember trying to watch House of the Dragon when the first episode, and I was like, I don't care. Like I do not care about this show
Yeah.
at all. I cannot do it after,
Really,
especially after you did that to me.
really. Oh
The
my God.
show
And Game
that
of Thrones, they took a 7 year long relationship with an audience and just shat on it. Like
same way,
that's, oh,
if
anyway.
this goes the Breaking Bad way, I would love it because Breaking Bad ended beautifully. Like correct. Like at the end of
Okay.
Breaking Bad, I remember coming out of the show. I was like, I don't want a single other episode, and this is the complete story. Another show which is not drama, but it's more comedy that way. Good Place, beautiful end. Like Mike Shore end. Like my God, like the Good Place was such a nice.
I haven't seen all of Good Place. Maybe I
Oh,
should continue watching
such
it.
a complete story. When you
I
see
think
the
I've
last
seen it
episode,
only till season 3.
when you see the
Yeah.
last episode
Yeah.
of the last season, you will cry and you will feel very happy and you'll be like, yes, this is it. This is how it goes. Like this is it. It's a beautiful show. I think it's Mike Schur's best show
Yeah.
of the lot in terms of completeness of story because on all the other ones, right, like in Parks and Rec or whatever kind of a thing, no, they had to ultimately the show had kind of outgrown them and everyone was kind of like trying to hold on to the thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good Place was set up in such a beautiful
Yeah.
way where when you end, it feels like a natural end to the story, and you don't want any more. Like you don't want a single other season after it. Like I do not know any fan of that show
Mm.
would watch it and would say, "Hey, let's make another episode, or we could do another like
I think I've
spin
seen
off."
3 seasons of the show. Like I've seen till Maya Rudolph got involved.
Yeah. Oh,
And
it's
and then
great.
and
It's so nice. It's such a lovely show.
I'll
It's
watch.
beautifully
I'll
made,
watch.
and it's also
I'll continue
anyway. So
watching. Yeah, I'll
that's another
continue
one
watching.
that I would say. Breaking Bad was great. I don't know if you watched Breaking Bad or you watched all seasons of it to know
I
if you.
did like Breaking Bad.
Oh, I
I've
really loved it.
stopped it midway. I didn't like it. I thought it was too slow for me. It was too slow and too dirty for me. Like it was very
I
dirty.
know
I have
what
a
you mean.
problem with dirty shows.
I know what you mean. I understand. I understand
Yeah.
what you. I really love that show
Like
because it's very.
it's the same reason I don't like westerns. I find them very dirty. Like I can't watch western. I can't enjoy westerns because I find them very, like, I'm like, just have baths. Everyone just have a bath. Like
Yeah, I
what's
know.
happening? Why are you all so unclean and
Yeah.
sweaty and dirty all the time? But yeah, anyway. I'm very excited now because
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, maybe the
We
episode is live
yeah
already, so I'll go and watch
we
it now.
should do a next episode quickly after because I'm not going to be there for the following week,
Yeah,
like the next week. So if we are doing if
yeah, yeah,
this is
yeah,
Friday, we
yeah,
should do it Monday, Tuesday, or
yeah.
something, so we can sit and
Yeah, yeah,
discuss.
yeah, 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 yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. Monday, Tuesday, let's do it. We can
Yeah,
do your
I don't.
morning, my evening now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's figure that time. My time change also would have happened, so we can figure what the time difference is there. Anyway, I'll talk to you on Sunday. We will decide.
It's
Like
two
Sunday.
and a half hours, and your morning, it's a good thing, right? Because your morning means starts earlier in the evening for me then.
Yes.
The time change works
Yes.
for us.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Time change actually doesn't work for my morning at all because it means I have to wake up even earlier
Yeah,
for
we
it to
can
be a
figure.
decent
Yeah,
time for you to get out
yeah,
of
yeah.
bed.
Let's do
Yeah. So we can
my morning
actually
next time.
do,
It's okay. I'm a little hungry now.
yeah.
It's 10 o'clock.
Because if we do your morning, I mean, if we do your evening and you can actually get up by like 7:30, then for me that is 5 in the evening, which is great.
Hmm.
Perfect. You know?
This next one
Anyway,
on Sunday.
we'll
Let's
figure.
decide on Sunday.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do Monday. In other quick news, I'm going for my first Lollapalooza.
Hey, let's do solo, Debbie. Let's sorry. Congratulations on your Lollapalooza. Wow.
I will finally see glass animals.
If they decide to perform.
If Goldwyn buys a ticket, they will cancel. This is my theory. I have told Goldwyn not to touch a ticket.
They're a good
You know,
performer
another
though.
show we were meant to go for, they cancelled.
Yeah, I heard.
We were
Good.
supposed to go for this jazz band called Ghost Note. That also they cancelled. In my head, I keep saying he cancelled it because I'm like, "Tu me kar raha hai ye,
Cute boy.
bichara." Anyway, okay, dokes. All right, let us close this episode of BBC
Okay. Okay. Wait. Let's do some
with
solo
good
shot of
feelings.
good feelings. Do you want to say something You're a solo on shot.
Yes. To the 2.5 people that have been watching us, thank you. We deeply appreciate. The bee and the bee appreciate you washing the sea. Please come back for more severance theories and life chats.
Okay. Wait, where's my hand is on floor.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Look back at this thing.
Have you
Bye.
come? You've
I
not
mean,
slipped. You have not split screened it yet.
I've split screened it.
Oh, you're back. Bye.
Bye. Yes, yes. You will not